Have you ever thought just how boring or ridiculous news commentary is today? Welcome to the Real Jacks Podcast with Jim and Larry. The Real Jacks Podcast. From crime and politics to entertainment, you can expect something different. Now, let's get real, Jacks.
Real Jacks with Jim and Larry is brought to you by
Extreme Wings, 4 convenient locations, family sports restaurant and grill, more than just wings. Tremendous Barbecue, open since 2007, 8927 Hurlong Road, open 11 to 8, Tuesday through Saturday, and Sunday 11 to 3. Full barbecue menu, everything homemade, they cater anything, and they love first responders. Advanced Window Tint, 5024 Sunbeam Road, over 26 years experience. 3M Platinum Dealer, highest level of 3M dealer around. They tint vehicles, homes, and businesses. Secure One Protection Services, number one choice for protection since 1986. 356-1111. D-Way Towing, 100 South Jackson Avenue. Phone number is 904-356-3929. They take care of all your towing needs. See our friend Doug Dixon. Wild West Guns and Gold, family owned and operated for over 30 years. Stop in and visit them and their professional staff for all your hunting and shooting sports equipment. They have great customer service with competitive prices. Remember, Wild West Guns and Gold, our friends at Wild West. Vic Gibran, he's a good friend and great business owner and looks out for folks on the Westside. They're on Lane Avenue. Go see him. Norman Brewer for Jacksonville District 11 City Council. We need fighters that will truly represent us on the city council. Norman Brewer is that guy. He's a constitutional conservative, former law enforcement officer, successful businessman. Norm will call it like he sees it, and you will have no better advocate on the council.
Hey, welcome back with Real Jacks with Jim, Larry, and Crawfish.
Special guest Scott Baldwin.
How y'all doing?
Otherwise, make sure he's close to this.
How y'all doing? Hey, Scotty, good to have you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
He's also known as Scab. That's kind of a amalgamation of his initials and all.
That's it. That's something.
Yeah, something like that. So, you come from the West Side. Some of us run in the same circles. I've got a couple stories of Scab that I was actually involved with, but Scott's had a storied history. His dad is actually my pastor. Mm-hmm. Scott's typical West Side guy, tough, grew up, had some crazy fun, had some wild friends. I can attest to that. Been there with a couple of them, seen the stuff that they used to get involved with. But Scott's got a wide history of employment and got involved in some online stuff, started reviewing knives, and then started some story time. So we're just going to kind of go through that history. And, he does a lot in his reviews for military, law enforcement, first responders. And I don't know that out of my friends, he's probably one of the best storytellers. So we're going to kick it off from there.
Well, no pressure there.
No, not at all.
That'll be good.
No.
That'll be good. Well, thank y'all for having me. I do appreciate it. How you want to open up?
Just tell us who you are, how you got started, and then, we'll get into the story time later, time with Scab, but how you started with your online stuff and where you can find that out, how you review knives and all that kind of stuff.
All right. Well, I do have kind of a past, I guess we all do. Mm-hmm. What happens, I think sometimes in life, it takes you a long time to get back to the beginning.
Right.
A couple years ago, I really got into knives, and I was coming out of some addiction issues, and I've fought that, and I've been open with that on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Choir Boys Cutlery Outdoors. But I started the channel, Larry, really twofold. One, to show knives, and two, to keep my eyes and hands and mind occupied.
Right.
And then it kind of become like the tail wagging the dog. And what we basically do is I'll take a knife, and we'll run it through a series of tests, see how it holds up, see what it does, see, everything about it, and then we put it out there. In the process of doing that, my son was in the Marine Corps, and he's actually re-enlisting in the National Guard now. So I got involved kind of with 22 a day, right. Hashtag 22 a day, because I felt like being online and having a platform and having fun's fine, that's fine, but you need to have some causes with it. So that one just really, really struck me, the 22 a day. I mean, it gut punched me, really. So I got involved with that, and like I was telling you guys earlier, I have a friend, Trey Edenfield, who is a St. Johns County officer, said, Scab, would you mind doing something for Back to Blue? So we Back to Blue. We do that. And then with my own issues with the addiction, we do that. But what we do is basically, Larry, and I'll tell you this real quick, we just had a veterans raffle. And when we do these, I'll have content creators really from all over the United States. They'll send knives, or they'll send gear, or they'll send whatever. And what we do, we don't take a dime. We have you donate to Mission 22. And there is a place in Keystone. It's called Soldiers Freedom Outdoors. And I really want to shout those guys out, because what they do is, if you are a vet with PTSD or any kind of traumatic brain injury, you can go there for free. They have equine therapy, they have hunting, they have fishing, they have 3,000 acres. And I actually got to go down there, my wife and I got to go, and it's incredible what they do down there. So I want to shout them out. But what we do is we have you donate, and all you do is take a screenshot of your receipt, which is standard, send us the screenshot, and we put the entry in. We just did that, and we try to do that once a year. We also do
name the charity again one more time.
Mission 22.
Did they have do they have a
website?
A website?
I believe they do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mission 22, and then Soldiers Freedom Outdoors, and then we're also big supporters of the Till Valhalla Project.
Okay.
And you've seen those guys.
Great looking website. Yeah.
Yeah.
They Mission 22 is phenomenal. And what we try to do real quick is just find charities who actually put rubber to the road.
Right.
Who actually help vets.
Right.
You know, we've just come through all this stuff with all the, so we try to be careful, but that's why we don't take any money. None. Yeah. 0, nil. And
but
so
somebody donates, they take a picture of it, they send you that, and then you go into a raffle.
Go into a raffle.
Very cool.
Good deal.
And we do that twice a year, and it was successful this year, and we're going to try to do more of a nationwide one next year.
So I like the statement, when their tour is over, our mission begins.
Yeah.
Those guys
Perfect.
are phenomenal.
Yeah.
And if you're not
And that's
familiar,
Mission 22.
Yes, Mission 22. And it started, that whole movement started, the 22 veterans a day, which I'm not a veteran. It's on my heart. But what it is there was a time in this country where 22 veterans did take their own lives. Mm-hmm. And the thing about it, Larry, the vast majority of those vets are our age.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you get folks that are always like, well, the kids can't take this, that, and it's not the kids, it's the vast majority are 50 and up. Mm-hmm. So we try to do that, and that's kind of where we're at with the YouTube thing. We Back to Blue, and this is what we're talking about, and this is what I wanted to get you guys' feedback on. I take a lot of heat for that, which is fine.
Yeah.
I believe in the law. I believe in law enforcement. I believe.
It's funny how you tell them how you Back to Blue too. I like that.
Well, what we say is this: we say we Back to Blue over here. We support Leo. How you do that, Scab? Well, we don't break the damn law, and when we do, we take responsibility for it because we have, as you're well aware.
Yeah, maybe. Sometimes yes, sometimes aware. I may not remember very well. But
yeah, I think
statute of limitations may have run
famous
out.
Amos. I think I'm clear on
Oh
all
yeah,
those.
you're good there. Yeah, I got you out of there. That was a good one. Yeah, famous Amos on San Juan back in the day.
That was a spot.
Yeah, there's some stories out of there. So then you started, and you were going to develop how that translated into story time with Scab.
What happened there is I have an Instagram. Everything with me is Choir Boys, and it's Choir Boys with a Z, and I did that. I take flack over that too. But I did that. If you look up Choir Boys on YouTube, you're not finding me.
Right.
You're finding a bunch of kids singing, which is fine.
Right.
So we just threw a Z on it, and the Choir Boys came from when me and Scotty, me and Hoda, and Scott Rayleigh and all those guys had our softball team, Choir Boys. So, and Eric, and a lot of those guys are gone. So that's it. The name of the channel is kind of an ode to them.
Yeah.
You know.
Choir Boys is pretty good because there was a big police thing way, way back where they called it choir practice.
Right.
And they had choir boys and choir practice. I don't know
Right.
if you remember that, Jim, but not so much here, but in other cities, other big cities.
That was like New York stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Heard of that.
That's what them New Yorkers do.
Yeah.
But basically, everything I do on social media is under that. So I've got an Instagram That's fine. We show pictures of the knives, that kind of thing.
Little videos. Yeah.
Quick hitters, just stuff like that. But
enjoy
then
it.
I went to TikTok to do kind of the same thing, right?
Right.
So after about having, I think it was 3 or 4. Now this is a picture of me just showing a knife, holding a knife, cutting a bottle. After about the 4th video of them blocking it, saying it was dangerous acts, I'm like, I'm not doing this.
Wow.
I fight enough with YouTube. I'm not doing it. And I had gone to a store. Now I work right there off Myrtle, which is a story in and of
itself.
itself. Yeah. Right there off Dennis Street.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I'd gone to that little gate right there at Forest. And as I'm coming out, there's an older lady, and you can't call them homeless anymore, whatever you call them. Guy harassing this lady for money, right?
Underhoused.
That's nice. I hadn't heard that one. That's
I just made it up.
Underemployed.
Yeah.
They're underhoused.
But this guy's hassling this lady for money. It's an older lady. So I look over there, and I heard her say, "Honey, I don't have anything today." He said, "Well, you better find something." I thought, I got you.
Okay.
So I put my stuff on the car, and as I'm headed over, you know how the parking lot at that particular station, a car comes, and I stopped me. So it held me up. When he said that to her, she said, "Well, I'll tell you what, my son's in the store. He might have something on him." And he said, "He better." That was a mistake, because Junior come out of the store, seriously, he was
Junior, big
probably
boy.
6'5" and about 300.
Good for him.
And that's one of the worst ass whipping, pardon my language,
You can say
that
it.
I've ever seen.
You can say that on
Say
here.
whatever you want on a
No,
podcast.
you can actually
Okay.
be more descriptive if you like. So
That was a bad one.
yeah,
Old boy got thumped.
good,
Whoop that ass.
good.
So-
well, earned it.
Oh,
Earned
he
it.
toted it.
Yeah,
And I was going to help him out, and I thought,
you don't need it.
I'll tell you like this.
You don't need any.
First time old boy hit him, that dude pirouetted and looked at me. He said, "Call for help," and went straight down. So I got in the car, and I thought, let's try TikTok again. So I told it on TikTok, and I went from, and I don't have a huge following on TikTok, but I went from like 187 followers to over 10,000 in a couple of weeks. And I said, well,
Yeah, you find out what people like.
we got enough of those. I can tell you plenty of those.
You got plenty of those.
And so what we try to do on TikTok, and what's crazy is because the older you get, or the more you get, the more you remember. What I really try to do is take the tough guy out of it. A lot of the tough guy out of it. And just, because, some of it was serious. And I get reminded of that. It's amazing. You can always tell the fun haters because they want to remind you how serious a bar fight is. And I'm thinking,
I've been hit.
I'm pretty aware. I got hit right twixt the eyes.
And it's usually some
other.
other friends. Even in my case, it was, I had friends that usually started it, got involved with it, and somehow I got stuck in the middle of it.
Always.
And the same thing with you. Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. Try to be the
Trying to
voice of
break it up.
reason in some scenario, and usually
you're trying to
you
break
get
it
hit
up,
with
yeah.
something,
Right.
some kind of shenanigans are happening. But yeah, I watched some of them, and I laugh. I think my wife was sleeping when I started laughing. I just watched one of them one night. And I don't know why it stuck in my craw, and it reminded me of my friends. And our friends, you over there on the west side, you kind of run in the same circles generationally.
Yeah.
And a lot of Scab friends, like he talks about Scotty Pahoto. Well, his older cousin, Robbie Pahoto, was real good friends with us. So they run in the same circles. In fact, there's a few times that we showed up when he's got this box seat shirts on. Do you remember box seats on Blandy Boulevard?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is that where that's from?
That's where
Yeah.
that's from.
So I've been there, got some good stories out of there myself. And Scab was a regular, worked there.
Worked there.
And, was always some kind of fun. In fact, some of my buddies like Will James, some of those guys hated box seats because they always got stuck with some kind of shenanigans up there, dealing with some aftermath of some incident that occurred up there. And they would ask me, why do you even go up? Because I'd go up there sometimes on my days off. Why do you go up there? I hate that place. I said, man, because it's so entertaining.
Yeah.
I have so much fun up there.
Entertainment factor.
But yeah, so he's got some stories, and we're probably going to do a few episodes today. I think we can get through a few, and some good stories, some personal ones, his wife, some fun ones with his friends, and then other ones that he watched. How many stories do you have on here now?
On TikTok, with Storytime with Scab, I got a bunch, man. Is that me? Oh, I'm looking good.
Look at you.
I didn't
Yeah, you do
realize.
look good.
I'm hoping the boss don't see it because most of those are at work.
Yeah.
I've got, you know what's funny about this is you can, when I started off, you can kind of tell, and then I did like work tips and things, and you try to see what lands. Well, violence lands, and here's what's crazy, dude, whether it's here, whether it's YouTube, whether it's whatever, and I've found this to be true. If you put ass whipping in the title, you're guaranteed 10,000 views.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
It's all about the title, man.
But if you do something positive, like if you send a message of, hey, just like today I did a video, and it just, here's what I've started doing, Larry. If it crosses my mind, if it crosses my heart, that's what we're doing. That's just what we're doing.
Yeah.
And I've had it on my mind today, and I put a little video out, I think it was 2.5 minutes on YouTube about, and I don't know why, man, but, well, I do know why, because when you do the veterans thing and you do hashtag 22 and you do those things, you get folks reaching out to you left and right. So the message today was just simply this, hey, if you're in that headspace, give it one more day.
One more day.
Just one more. 1 foot in front of it. That's it. And I've always put a number in there because I don't have answers, man.
Right.
I'm an old boy. Now, my daddy does. My dad's the Right Reverend Rick Baldwin. He'll probably be mad he got mentioned, but Dad does. But I don't. We don't.
No,
I
look up to your dad in a big way. I brought personal issues, and I'm not one to run to a pastor, run to need those kind of things. But I've met him a couple of times off campus, away to say, man, I'm dealing with this. You know, tears in my eyes and just irritated. And I'm telling you, that guy. I've been around pastors a lot of my life. My mom's, involved in church, sang in churches, and it's always a pastor's son or a cop's son that are kind of loud. Yeah. So he's just one of those guys that you feel that reverence. You feel that he's just genuine. There's so many douchebags that are pastors, and I hate to say that.
Yeah.
That care about one thing or the other, but they don't really care about people. And his dad is 100% cares about people.
And Dad's
I'll
done
defend
it for 50
that.
years.
Yeah, he has. Hillcrest Baptist.
He's got a passion for it.
Hillcrest Baptist back in the day when they were one of the big Westside churches, and then he went to by Atlanta, and then he come back and he's got Riverstone Community Church, and he's one of the guys I look up to in my life. So, and then
He's one of those people in the community that influenced you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not necessarily
and then he did the great thing of having Scab, and I've been entertained ever since.
Well, there you go.
So
That's all.
yeah.
But no, Dad.
By the way, Scab, we're going to put Barroom Brawl at the beginning of all of our titles now.
From now on.
From now on, on all of our shows. Just
you can kind of look through the titles, but it's crazy. And I'll tell you this:
The first ass whooping. That's
or ass whipping. Yeah.
now that
pro
was
wrestling.
No, I mean, look at this one down here.
Yeah.
You got 388,000 minutes. This is
Barroom
Barroom
ass
Brawl.
whooping, yeah.
For all of our listeners that we're looking at a screen here of Scab's TikTok.
Well,
and
if you
all
do
of
it
these
chronologically
Yeah.
as to his life, first ass whooping's a good one when he got his ass whooped when he was a kid.
680,000.
That's my
basically
biggest
on that
one
one.
there.
Is it?
unbelievable.
But that was
Was that even a fight though? I think I saw that one.
that was actually I was working at. Can we say store names on?
Yeah.
there?
You can
Okay.
say whatever the hell you want.
Well, I was working at Home Depot.
Yeah, that's a good one. I saw that one.
And that's where that one come from. And I'll tell you another one that's up there. There's another one that was something douchebag. Douchebag's also a good one. So if you want to hit numbers, go douchebag, ass whipping, barroom fights.
Yeah.
And that'll,
His douchebag extraordinaire's got 679,000
Views, right?
views.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
But I think people.
I want to watch it. Honey, can we
No,
watch
he's
this
going to
when we
say
go
it now.
home?
He can tell the story now.
Okay.
We're going to tell the story
Okay.
live.
Oh, okay. Live. Okay. Excellent.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
No, here's
good deal.
what that was. I was working at Home Depot for a decade. I did underground utility locating, and I liked it.
Yeah.
You remember when Big Hoder died?
Yep.
I probably weighed 360 at that point, just riding in a truck. I was about to kill myself. I mean, just heavy. I'm not light now, but I was in bad shape there. Well, I left utility locate, and I thought, I'm going to do Home Depot. I always want to do Home Depot. That's what we're going to do.
You got to walk a lot when you work at Home Depot.
You do.
It's a lot of exercise.
Well, they got a thing called the pit in the springtime, and it's beside the Home Depot, and you go inside, and you pay for mulch, and we load you up. It's awesome. It really is. It's a good service. But I happened to be working one morning. I was out there by myself. I liked it. I was starting to move, There was about 15 cars, seriously, because it was crazy. I worked at the one right down past D-Town. Mm-hmm. And that one just blows it out of the water for Garden Center. So I'm working, and right across the fence from the pit is the sod, right? So if you pull up and get sod, you're on your own. You pull your own. Now, here's the truth. Most people just got it and left. I don't know that they paid for it, but it's there. Yeah. But, you know, and I hated sod. I can't tell you why. I just hated doing it.
Well, there's no way to pick up a piece of sod and not get dirty.
No, and I don't mind getting dirty.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
it flops around, it comes apart, it's a pain in the ass.
And as soon as it tears, they want a new one.
Yeah.
Right.
As soon as it
every piece
and they all tear. Yeah, they all tear.
Right. So, but I'm in the pit and I'm by myself and there's like 10 cars deep. So I'm working and I'm feeling good and I hear so I said, yeah. And I turn around, and this dude standing there, he looked like an Easter egg, man. He had hair product in, these little sunglasses, some nice pastels. He said, I've been patiently waiting for 5 minutes to get some sod.
He's waiting for you to load it?
Waiting for me to load it. I said, well, you're going to be waiting a little while longer. I said, if you'll let me take care of this, be glad to help you. He goes, I've been waiting. I said, hey, bud, you going to wait some more? I said, now, and I was trying not to be rude, and I didn't say it rude. I said, tell you what, if you'll go start loading it, I'll come help you. You know, just give me a minute. As I turn around, he said, I'm not dressed for it. I said, huh? And I started laughing, and he got mad. He said, I'm not dressed for it. I said, really? He said, do I need to get a manager? I said, well, if you want some help, it wouldn't be a bad idea. I'm sure he's dressed for it. What do you want? I mean, and at this point, I'm kind of starting to get mad because had he come from work, had he come from church, if he comes in the suit, totally get it. I understand. But if you're standing there in some shorts and a purple shirt and you look like a damn Easter egg.
That's how you dress to go to Home Depot.
That's how you're going to Home Depot.
Jeez.
I said, I tell you what, hold on. So I went to every car and just said, hey, I got to go help this guy. He can't load his own sod. So I'm not doing myself any favors. So we walk over there, and I'm just getting madder and madder, and his car is blocking the sod. I said, that's got to be your car.
The douchebag extraordinaire.
Douchebag right there. And he goes, well, yes. And his wife had to be his wife. They're both standing there kind of looking. They got that look like they smelled shit and couldn't get over it. You know what I'm saying? That kind of just, and I'm like, I said, I take it she's not dressed for it either. He said, is this, I said, no, sir, it's not a problem. I said, how many do you need? Now, during this whole time, there's an older lady in her 70s, and I knew she was in her 70s because she came every day and let us know how old she was. She got her own stuff. Right? So I said, as I'm walking, I said, sir, how many you need? And I'm thinking this guy's going to need a trunk full. He said 6 pieces. She said, and this is what she said.
The old lady?
The old lady, she said.
Did she load it up for him?
She dropped it in his trunk. She said, you need 6 pieces. She said, you've been standing here acting like a douchebag for 6 pieces. She held it up. I swear to you.
The old lady calls him a douchebag?
Old lady called him a douchebag. I'd have got fired.
Love it. Love it.
Drops it in his trunk. She said, there you go, douchebag. Have a good day.
Some old lady.
Amen, sister. I just turned around and went right back. I come back after they left because I was laughing. And I said, ma'am, she said, no, son. She told me how old she was. She loaded up. But I thought, there you go. There it is.
She's your hero of the day right there.
And that's the first time that I've ever met anybody. And I think it was the last time.
Yeah. She should have got 10% off that day.
Yeah.
Her purchase.
We probably gave her a discount at some point. I'll say that.
But you know what I'm saying.
I'm sure she left with a few free pieces of
exactly.
She got plenty.
Awesome.
Trust me. But I was just like, because I thought it was a joke. It is a joke. Really, it is.
It is, yeah. It's almost like you're set up and you're on Candy Camera or something.
Yeah.
Some of this stuff,
you look around like, is somebody, I mean.
I thought it was a joke. I thought the guy was kidding. That's why I started laughing.
Yeah.
He wasn't laughing, son.
Yeah.
He was just standing there with sunglasses, mad as hell. I said, okay, buddy. For 6 pieces.
Do you remember what kind of
Miami Vice gear?
Do you remember what kind of car he was driving?
I know it was black. I think it I don't want to say because then it'll be stigmatized, but I want to say it was like a Mercedes. It was nice.
Yeah.
It was a nice car. They were nice looking.
So he brings the
couple.
Mercedes in a nice outfit to go get sod.
Yeah. Oh, and I had to walk back twice to get bags to put in his trunk. The old lady missed the bags. I do know that. I do know that.
Yeah,
She
it probably
was
wasn't an accident though.
No.
It probably wasn't an accident.
But I think that one kind of resonated. I'll tell you, the most comments I got on that one was from folks that had actually worked at either Lowe's or Home Depot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And had
with a similar story. Yeah, they can relate.
Hey, while I worked there, this little old guy come in, and he was from Vietnam, right?
Vietnamese. Not a Vietnam vet. We're talking
No,
about a Vietnamese guy.
He was
Okay.
Vietnamese, and he didn't speak English. So they'd bring him to me.
Why they fuck you? I mean, why would
I
they
guess
do-
I look like I speak Vietnamese. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Like you're a nail
he could
tech.
say-
Like you could be out there doing,
Yeah.
pedicures.
Well, I've done a lot of nails. But he said he knew how to say thank you and okay. And so he starts telling me in Vietnamese what he needs. And I said, Bubba, so what we did,
No comprehende.
yeah, I was hoping he knew Spanish because I barely speak that. I barely speak English. But what we wound up doing is I took out my phone. And this is what's crazy to me is how technology really has kind of.
Did you get the translator app?
You know what I did? I pointed to my phone, and he would pull up what he wanted, and we'd go get it. And it worked. But
On the
I've
Home
never,
Depot app, or you went to Home Depot?
Yeah, we went to the Home Depot app, and he would pull it up, and he'd show me, and he'd say okay and thank you all the way to it. And then, but they
Just
bring it to
repeatedly.
me, which was fine. But I said, why do I speak one language
Right.
poorly.
Poorly. Yeah.
They said, well, you're nice. And we knew you wouldn't just walk off and leave.
You're patient. It must have been because you're patient.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm incredibly patient. But you know what? It worked out good, and I enjoyed the time at Home Depot. I
How long
really
did you work
did.
there?
I took it for about 8 months.
Did you?
And then I was about to
Belly
slam
fat
my
enough.
head. Yeah.
You're going to kill somebody.
Yeah, customer service isn't my strong suit. So we
Yeah.
went back to blue collar stuff.
Yeah.
But I had a good time there, and it was different. You move. For anybody that don't think you work at Home Depot, you out your mind.
Yeah.
It's
Constantly moving.
constantly.
Yeah.
Dropped a lot of weight, didn't you?
80 pounds.
Yeah.
Wow, my man.
80 pounds.
I like it.
It was fun. But that was my best. That was the most watched story. And then we have some, and I did bring something. Of course, it don't matter because nobody can see us. But the other
Yeah,
one.
they can. You're on camera.
Oh, okay, cool.
That camera right there.
I have a
we
face
have
for
YouTube.
radio, so we're
We have a
good.
YouTube channel.
That's right. I shouted y'all
Yeah.
out. The one, Am I a Twin? That one, here's what I found out about TikTok as well. Doing part twos is useless. It's useless. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was in North Carolina, and I have 2 coins. I have 2 50-cent pieces, right? I worked at ETM on Old St. Augustine Road, and every morning I would go over to the 7-Eleven. That was my ritual. I'm a convenience store connoisseur. I don't
Aficionado.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
And it has to be right. So these people, I went in, really, really nice folks, really nice folks. So I go in one morning, lady gives me change, and it's a 50-cent piece, which
Unusual.
very unusual. Put it in my pocket. Go in the next morning as I'm coming out. Now, the second trip in the next morning, get changed, and it's a 50-cent piece, right? As I'm coming out the next morning, the lady stops me, and I'd seen her at the store, and she said, "Sir, I need to tell you something." I said, "Okay." I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "You're going to find this strange." I said, "Trust me, honey, I'm not. What you got?" She said, "You have somebody with you." I said, "Yes, ma'am, my helper." I said, "He's not much. He's a good boy. He's in the truck, but yes, ma'am, I did. Is he okay?" I thought, she said, No. You're not understanding me. She said, "You have someone with you in the other realm." I said, "Okay."
I was waiting for that.
I
was
got
waiting
you.
for that.
I said, "Okay, I got you. I'm with you." She said, "I know you don't believe it." I said, "No, she said, "It's a brother," and that's true. She said, "It's a brother." And I kind of smiled. I said, "Well, I've had 3 guys who were like brothers to me, because at that point it was Eric, Matthew, and Bahota. I said, have passed. I said, so that's highly possible. She said, no, this is a blood brother. I said, you had me up until then. I'm an only child. I know that for a fact. And this kind of freaked me out, too. She said, you had a twin that died before you were born.
Oh, hold on a minute. She's working at the store?
She's just walking in.
So she just some random person that has walked in the store and just starts talking to you. She's a psychic or whatever.
Psychic.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Now, here's what's crazy, okay? I was born in 71. A few months before I was born, my mom had some problems, and they rushed her to the hospital. She thought she had miscarried, had signs of miscarriage, right? But this is in 71, so they found the heartbeat, and they said, Miss Baldwin, as far as we know, everything's fine. You might have lost a twin. That's highly possible. We don't know.
Did you know this at the time?
I did. That's why it kind of freaked me out a little bit.
Yeah.
So I didn't say anything to the lady. I said, okay, thank you. And she said, well, look, I know you don't believe me. She said, but the change in your pocket will prove it. I said, okay, all right. So I go get in the truck, and I'm telling my helper, he said, well, did you check your pocket? I said, no. When I checked my pocket, both 50-cent pieces, and I'll show them to you.
1971.
1971.
No kidding.
On both of them.
Both of them.
Okay.
On both of them.
Wow.
On two separate
Twins.
Twins. Now, it's the same store, but that one was as weird as an experience.
You got this lady's phone number? By chance?
Because
Just put the knife
I
up there,
should
man.
have.
Just put them up there. You'll be all right. Put the knives wherever. I'm going to play with them anyway.
Hey, slide that over.
But that one, that particular story, and it just kind of, I was like, holy smokes, this lady knows her stuff. That's my zero tolerance 0303.
Scotty, you make that?
No. I what
That's
we
one of the
do.
ones you review, right?
We review them, and basically, what I do with the channel, and
That's cool.
it's called Cutlery Outdoors. And I put the outdoors because me and Megatron do. Megatron's my wife.
Megan.
Megan.
Megatron. Put it together.
We'll go kayaking, hiking, that kind of stuff. So we try to put some of that on our YouTube channel too. Because
I love seeing you in a kayak. That's
it's
always
fun.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
I about killed myself last weekend trying to show off for her.
We'll check it out.
I bounced like a
cool.
Basketball, son. We went. We go, and I was trying, I guess, to impress her still after 16 years.
Yeah.
Now she loads the kayaks up by herself.
Yeah.
She picks them up, puts them on. She don't wait for me, because there was a time where she had to, because of my selfishness. Right.
Yeah.
So I thought this was last week. I thought, well, I'm gonna go. So I go to pick the kayak up, do the one hand thing, by the strap. It rolled. About broke my wrist.
Hit you on the head?
Hit me on the head. Got it down. She said, "You all right?" I said, I'm good. Pick it up, and we go down to the water. I'm going to tell you where we were at. We're at Outback Crab Shack. And I'm walking, and I thought, she said, well, I said, no, I'll go first. And I don't know why I was feeling incredibly macho and masculine that day, because my fat ass hit that ramp. Larry, I hit the ramp. I hit the kayak. I hit the ramp again. I hit the water. Got up. She said, oh, my God. I said, I'm good, and went back down. Got in the kayak, went back to get a drink, and put a hook through my hand. Yeah, it was a day. And my buddy said, oh, you must love kayak. I said, no, I love her.
Yeah.
I said, it ain't got nothing to do with kayak. I said, I'd have gave up with kayaking years ago.
After the first rodeo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Because I basically fall in it and fall out of it.
Yeah.
That's how we get in.
Yeah. I need that on video.
Megan's got it, believe me. She's got it. She's got me floating down the river.
You need to post that. You need to post that on your site.
She put it up. She's got it somewhere. I had flipped at Jennings Springs, and I couldn't get my big ass back in the kayak, so I just slowed it down.
Just held on to the side of the kayak.
She filmed it and put the Titanic theme to it.
Oh, did she really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to put that
That's
on
cold.
Yeah. She's full of love.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, everybody. That was Real Jacks with Jim, Larry, Crawfish, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.